with the Wicks here on this beautiful Thursday, June 30th, 2022, and welcome to the show. We finally got it back up on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, hit the like and the share. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe. It would be much appreciated. So we are a little late today, approximately 8 minutes, because for some fucked up reason, my Streamlabs just did not want to hook up to the YouTube and the settings were off or something like that. So I had to log back out, log back in, get it all set up. We're here, okay? Because, listen, we got to talk about the National Football League. And not only that, towards the end of the show, we're going to give you a little sneak peek of my buddy, Y4, who's a guest host on the show whenever he is available. Who knows when the next time he will be able to, because he's moving down to Tennessee. But we'll give you a little snippet of his new release song, Leave It Up to Me, and we'll talk about that towards the end of the show. But before then, we got to talk about the world of the National Football League, like Deshaun Watson's disciplinary hearing coming to an end. Then we'll bounce over to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, introducing a new award. When I first seen this tweet, I was like, I've never heard of this before. But then I read it a little more in depth, and I was like, oh, okay, it says inaugural award. So it made a lot of sense at that point that I've never heard it. So we'll talk about that and what it all entails and give you my opinion on this award. And before we get to the released or the newly released single by Y-4, Young Forever, for those that don't know, we'll talk about the Atlanta Falcons signing a veteran punter. So with that being said, are you ready to get your fix? So today, we have learned of the Deshaun Watson hearing, the disciplinary hearing, come to an end. Now, this hearing actually started on Tuesday, which we all thought, including myself actually, that it was going to take a day or two. But the expectation was that this is going to last at least a couple days because they have to get the full story. Then they have to kind of go and debate by themselves what they would believe would be the right suspension for Deshaun Watson if a suspension were to come. So I ask you, do you think Deshaun Watson should be suspended from what you know? And honestly, what you know is as much as I know. We don't know anything. Okay, you've only heard bits and pieces. He's settled 20 of the 26 lawsuits. But we don't know what happened behind closed doors. And if it did happen, scumbag. Okay, we understand that. I would not like him as a human being. Sounds like he's a predator and all of the above. But I'm not saying he did it just yet. So with what you've gathered, do you think he should be suspended? And if so, how long would you like to see Deshaun Watson suspended for, or what would be the right length of a suspension for Deshaun Watson? So after a couple days, this man, who was traded to the Cleveland Browns, signed a massive, fully guaranteed deal. I believe it was 3 or 5 years, $230 million, fully guaranteed. Has been going through some shit lately. Well, Tuesday went by. The hearing went all right, I guess. But they said, all right, for today, the hearing is done. We'll continue tomorrow, which was yesterday, Wednesday. They did the whole hearing again. They said, all right, well, the hearing's come to an end. We'll resume it tomorrow, which is today. Now, today, they're hoping to get some answers and stuff like that, but we've officially learned that the Deshaun Watson disciplinary hearing has come to a close. Now, we expected this was going to last multiple days. So what is next? Well, a suspension might be looming for Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson, which in the NFL is actually pushing for a whole year suspension, an indefinite suspension for at least one season. And the NFL Players Association is pushing for far less than a full year suspension. Maybe 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. They're pulling for the fact that the owners, like a Jerry Jones, a Robert Kraft, Dan Snyder, haven't been held to the same accountability that players have been with their off-field scandals. So they're hoping to knock that suspension down just a little bit, but we all know that Sue Robinson is the leader, the judge of this. But what happens and what comes out of this basically is she's going to make a decision on what she believes is the right suspension. How long should this suspension be? She'll give her recommendation to Roger Goodell. After she gives that recommendation to Roger Goodell will ultimately make the final decision. Whether he goes with Sue Robinson's recommendation or not, he has the final say on how long Deshaun Watson is suspended. Now, he can definitely appeal that and work forward into trying not to be suspended for as long as long as Roger Goodell said, or if Roger Goodell comes out and says, you know what, 8 weeks, 6 weeks is suspended, he probably won't appeal that. He'll probably just take it with a grain of salt and deal with it, because a whole year is a long time. He sat out a whole year last year when he was trying to say that I don't want to play for the Texans no more, get me out of here, and they were like, yeah, no. But then he had all the scandals take place and he just wasn't going to hit the field, so blah, blah, blah happened. So his hearing has officially come to an end. For me, I think if I were to see Deshaun Watson suspended, right, I think with the amount of allegations that have come out, 26 allegations have actually come out around this man right here, Deshaun Watson, and that's alarming. That's very alarming. He had 66 different massages or masseuses in a span of 17 months. When you're an NFL athlete, you're making that much money, you would think that they would have their personal masseuse. That is not the case for Deshaun Watson, which makes a lot of people think, or some people think, that he is a predator. But from my own opinion, being that there are so many allegations, 26 of them, even in which he's settled 20 of them, I believe you suspend Deshaun Watson for at least 8 games, for at least half the season, right? Because you can't go lower than that, because that doesn't send the right message to other players in the league, owners, and that, saying like, okay, well, if you do something horrific, even if you did it or not, you're not going to get that big of a punishment. Where the Deshaun Watson situation, you're looking at it, and it's been at a hearing now for the past couple days, multiple allegations. I think you have to at least suspend Deshaun Watson for 8 games. And if you suspend him for more, it is what it is. I would just like to see this man sit on the field. I know I heard somebody say one time, just a couple months back, or at least a month ago back, where it's like, he already sat out a whole year. Isn't that punishment enough? Like, that was kind of his whole year. So if you're the NFL, you look at that whole year of him not even playing. Yes, he was getting paid, but he'd still be getting paid this year, even if he was suspended or something like that, I believe. Or there's a maybe suspended without pay, probably it would more than likely happen. But I doubt it at the same time, because you never know. I mean, it's a man who's worth a lot of money. But I think you have to suspend him. It's just plain and simple. Because if you don't suspend Deshaun Watson, there's going to be uproar. And the one thing that Roger Goodell is most concerned with is the integrity of the game. Who represents the shield, the NFL shield, with the utmost respect and honor, and doesn't kind of throw dirt on its name, basically. And so if you're looking at all those situations, I believe you have to suspend Deshaun Watson for at least half a season, 8 games, 10 games, whatever the case may be, and kind of make him learn from that way. Because if you suspend him for a whole year, you could do that still. Okay, because if you spend less, it's just, it doesn't work out that way. So moving forward, right, Deshaun Watson, his hearing has come to an end. Now, I guess there's no timetable for a suspension at this point. But Ian Rappaport has been reporting that you can basically expect within the coming weeks what the final suspension would be, because Sue Robinson, she'll come up with a recommendation for Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell will take that into consideration, as well as the NFL's and the NFLPA's, and make an ultimate final decision for Deshaun Watson, in which appeals could happen, and so on. So moving forward, like I said, the Pro Football Hall of Fame has introduced a new award. Now, I remember saying at the beginning of the show, where I was like, I've never heard of this award. Why is this relevant? But then I read this tweet right here, and it spells it out for us. Pro Football Hall of Fame, according to Adam Schefter, will hand out Thursday its inaugural awards of excellence. So today, to 4 groups: assistant coaches, trainers, equipment managers, public relations officials who have been significant contributors to the National Football League. Special congrats to, I don't know who those 2 folks are. I went on their Twitter page to see if I knew them or see if they were part of the group that were getting the awards, or are they just handing them out? But this is huge, I think, for the National Football League. But also at the same time, I think it's like, okay, don't we have enough awards? Like, what, you just want to hand out gold stickers to everybody now? Hey, look, I tied my shoe today. You want a gold sticker, Susie? All right, here you go. Slap it on. Jesus. No. But it is what it is. I think when you look at this, it's more of, and it really shouldn't be the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I think the NFL at the end of the year ceremony should have this in their award ceremony show. Like, hey, this is to show that the assistant coaches, they were the best or the most excellent coaches or assistant coaches this year. Or, hey, these were the most excellent trainers for the NFL this year, or blah, 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 so on and so forth. Because I think we can recognize them on a bigger stage, because I'm not sure if we're really going to get to see these guys or these assistant coaches, trainers, equipment managers, public relations officials get acknowledged on a big stage at this point. I think it's just mainly going to be kind of like, here's your award, congrats, good luck this season, and then move on. We'll see it on Twitter, see their picture, and be like, cool, good for them. But I think if you're going to do this type of award, awards of excellence, I think you need to have it on a grander stage so that it's more recognized by the entire world, or at least the United States for sure. So they are doing this. We'll see how it pans out. I believe it's just kind of, like I said earlier, giving a gold star to somebody who maybe halfway tied their shoe or something like that. So you get what I'm trying to say here. But this is a new award. We'll see how it goes from here. And before we get to the music release by Y4, so hopefully you guys are still on, and if you aren't still on, you should be. No, I'm just kidding. But it's a good one. We got to talk about one man in particular who just got signed to a divisional rival, Bradley Pinion. Bradley Pinion is signing with the Atlanta Falcons on a 1-year deal. Not sure of the details of this deal, but it's kind of funny. Look at the jersey he's wearing. Kind of looks real similar to this one, huh? Doesn't it? Little Tampa Bay Buccaneers, little swag, all white, smiling, have a great time. Well, he was actually released by the Buccaneers last week. Pinion is fully healthy now and gets to face Tampa Bay twice this season, and I'm pumped for him. Those how do you want to say it? I don't fucking know. Just to meet his old buddies, his old teammates, but also to look him in the eyes and say, hey, we're going to beat the shit out of you. Even though Falcons stink, ain't going to happen. Sorry about it. Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's going to kick your ass whether you like it or not. But Bradley Pinion was signed to the Atlanta Falcons today after being released from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just a week ago. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to show you guys a newly released song. We'll get a copyright here, but it is what it is. It's my best friend's song by Y4, Young Forever if you don't know him. This song is called Leave It Up To Me. You will find it on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music. Basically everywhere. It's a banger. We'll play about 45 seconds of it for you guys to get a little taste and go look at it on your own. So here is the cover art, and let's get to be playing some Leave It Up To Me by Young Forever Y4. Damn, BT. I say leave it up
to me. I don't need your help, yeah, leave it up to me. I be sitting in the driver's seat, so leave it up to me. I don't need your sympathy, bitch, leave it up to me. Hi, yeah. I said leave it up to me. I don't need your help, yeah, leave it up to me. I be sitting in the driver's seat, so leave it up to me. I don't need your sympathy, bitch, leave it up to me. I better grab the weed, cause I be rolling like a gator. I don't got balance, but I dress like a skater. Yeah, I gotta go. I'll see you bitches later. They don't know me now, but I bet I be their favorite. Oh.
That is a quick snippet of Y-4's new song, Leave It Up To Me. You'll find it on Spotify, Apple Music, and it's on YouTube. It's a banger, folks. It's about, let's see here, it's 2 minutes and 11 seconds. You can deal with it. It's a great one. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the weather. It's nice out there. Enjoy your weekend. We will be back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time like we always are on YouTube and Facebook to discuss more happenings around the NFL. So hopefully shit's actually happening because we're in the dead period, folks. Okay, players are home with their family before training camp. Nothing's really going on. No tradings, no signings. It is what it is. But we like doing this. We like having fun. Check out the Minnesota Vikings Syndicate video if you haven't already. There will be another one dropping tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Time. So have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time like always. And you just got your fix with a Wix.